New York City never really sleeps. Even at night, it breathes, it hums, it moves. But sometimes, in between the noise, something is forgotten. And then I saw her, a tiny ball of fur, trembling, cold, alone, in a place no one was meant to survive. I didn't hear her at first, just the sound of the city. I remember thinking, how does something so small end up so invisible? I didn't hesitate. My hands moved before my fear did. I wrapped her in my jacket, trying to give her warmth, trying to give her something familiar, something safe. Her body shook against my chest, but she didn't fight me. It was like she already knew. This moment mattered. And as I walked away from that alley, I realized something. Rescue doesn't always start with bravery. Sometimes it starts with simply not walking away. The doors opened, and suddenly she wasn't alone anymore. Hands reached out, kind hands, trained hands, hands that had saved lives before hers. They checked her heartbeat, her breathing, her tiny pause. She's about 6 weeks old, they said. A baby. A golden retriever mix. I watched from across the room, holding my breath like it might change the outcome, and when they smiled, I finally let myself breathe again. I told myself I'd say goodbye, that this was just a stop on her journey. But when they placed her back in my arms, she rested her head against my chest, and something shifted. They asked, would you consider fostering her? I didn't answer right away, because fostering means loving, knowing you'll have to let go. And yet, when I looked down at her, I already had. Yes, I said. I'll foster her. That night, the moon was full, bright, steady. It felt like it was watching over us. So I named her Luna, because even in darkness, she had found her way to the light. Luna learned fast how to trust, how to play, how to feel safe enough to sleep deeply. She followed me everywhere, tiny paws tapping behind me, like she was afraid I might disappear. And somewhere between midnight feedings and morning cuddles, she stopped being a foster puppy. She became family. I knew I couldn't keep her forever, but loving her? That part was easy. One day I shared her story, just one photo, one moment. And suddenly, the world noticed. Messages poured in, hearts, comments, people saying she's beautiful. I hope she finds a home. And for the first time, Luna wasn't invisible anymore. When they walked through the door, Luna looked up. She didn't hesitate. She ran to them, tail wagging, ears flopping, heart wide open. I watched her climb into their arms, curl into their laps, belong. And even though my chest ached, I smiled, because this was the moment I had been preparing her for. Sometimes it starts with one step, one choice, one open heart. Papers were signed, promises were made, and just like that, Luna had a forever. Not a foster, not a rescue, a home. I kissed her head one last time and whispered, "Be happy." And as she walked out the door in their arms, I knew. Love doesn't end when you let go. It multiplies. That's why I came back to volunteer, to help, to be the hands someone else might need somewhere tonight. Another puppy is waiting, another Luna. And maybe they're just waiting for someone like you. Because changing a life doesn't always require something big. Luna's story had an ending, but so many others don't. Yet, adopt, foster, volunteer, one paw at a time. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon.